Yo. Welcome to the Beat Lab. Here, as always, with my guys, Leisure Suit.
What up?
And Lucas.
Hello. Dude, yes. When that fucking intro track is in the red right there, you see that red thing?
Yeah.
Hey, that means it's peaking.
Nah.
It's peaking.
Nah, that's peaking. Good, dude.
All right.
Yeah,
this shit was loud.
Totally fine, dude. Don't even. Why are you worried about that?
I'm not. Hey, this is like the third or fourth time you fuck a chick, right? This is when this episode. No, this is like when you take her and grab the back of her head, like not like pull her hair, but put your hands up to the scalp and kind of ball your fist. It's that one.
That's dirty.
That's dirty. That's how you let her know, though. You got to let her know. Like you can't do it the first. You can't do it the first 3 times because you got to like.
I'm with you.
You got to serve it right. You got to be slow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got to show a little tenderness. You know what I mean, like that, like donkey. Have you ladies seen my donkey?
He's displaying some vocal skills.
He's pretty happy today.
Eddie fucking Bravo, dude. Eddie fucking Bravo.
Yeah, he's gonna be on this podcast.
That's the guy.
In about 45 minutes.
So I'm an Eddie Bravo fan.
I'm a big fan.
I'm a fan.
He's a funny dude, man.
He is. He's a character.
He is.
He's a character.
Yeah, I like him. I like that he's a badass in jiu-jitsu. And
definitely a badass.
I like that he's a musician.
Yes.
I mean, that's a good combo right there.
That's a talented dude, man. Seriously, he goes off and creates an offshoot of, Jean-Jacques Machado's jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And he, he's under his tutelage, and they spins off and he creates his own no-gi variation of jiu-jitsu it's huge now, He adapted a martial art, even though, jiu-jitsu is still pretty new in itself, and he made it even newer. You know? He revolutionized something that was already being revolutionized.
I don't know. I kind of like his taste of music.
Yeah,
he's a big. He mentioned Arcade Fire. I'm like, damn, Arcade Fire. Shit. All right. Yeah. I was listening to it. I was like, I like it. And Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh,
Perfect Circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like he's got a taste of music that it's kind of like it's cool.
You know what's funny, man, is that to get onto a Perfect Circle, because I love that band.
I love them.
Seen them live quite a few times. I was at Maynard's 50th birthday party concert, like a little schoolgirl, biggest fan. But anyway, no, the band of Perfect Circle, dude, they are just so ridiculous, man. That first album they did, Mirror to Norms, that album is probably one of the most underrated albums I think I've ever heard. I mean,
that album's ridiculous.
Is it not? I mean, every song is just wow.
It's a banger. That's one of the greatest records I think ever made.
It's very artistic.
Yeah.
It's out of the box, and if you look at the music that was popular during that time, they did something that was almost completely against the grain. And then after they had become a popular band, toured all over, I saw them on that tour actually in San Diego, and the Mars Volta opened up for them.
The Mars Volta.
They were another badass.
That's the Mars Volta.
That's a technical motherfucker right there.
Dude, what were they before Mars Volta? Were they
the one that sang the car wash song or at the drive-in? At the drive-in.
And they became they split into 2 bands, Sparta and the Mars Volta. But back to Perfect Circle, Josh Freese had a broken freaking knee, or like an ACL tear. He was drumming with his left. His kick was the left, and just killing it like it wasn't anything. Didn't even look like he broke a sweat. And of course, Maynard is just amazing. And
hey,
Billy Howardell.
I was actually talking to this dude right here, Sweaty, about fucking Maynard. Man, he's a fucking talented motherfucker though. Like, he's kind of fucking like I'm like sometimes I don't get him, but I'm like, damn, you do some fucking good shit. Like, a Perfect Circle is not Tool.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not
Pussifer.
Not. You know what I mean? Like, and then Tool is not a Perfect Circle.
Yeah.
It's not. You know what I mean? Like, each one is its own shit, and I'm like, damn. And then he showed me some shit with fucking Tori Amos.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, he's a talented guy. I mean, and he's not, he's also doing the wine thing, and I mean, he's just a talented individual,
And he's doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and he's in jiu-jitsu. Yeah. But I was so back to that tour. So I saw them on that tour. They became a hugely. I mean, they were playing arenas. Their first record, headlining. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's coming off of Maynard's success.
Well,
right?
sure it is, but I mean, it wouldn't have. Let me put it like this: I'll go back to Kill Switch Engage. You don't see Howard playing in arenas with his new band.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can't
the
put
same,
out a
though.
turd, bro. You put out a turd, it's gonna be a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
No, and then if Maynard does anything, the musicians that do something with him ain't gonna be shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be top quality. He ain't doing nothing with.
And I'm not
nobody else.
dissing Howard's band or the musicians in it. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying their album is a turd. I'm just saying it's not for me. It isn't Kill Switch Engage.
Yeah.
It's not anywhere near it. A Perfect Circle is on the same level with Tool as far as
I think they are.
a badass fucking record,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're amazing.
So here's what I thought was really interesting about them. I was trying to get to is that they come off of that tour, they take a break. He does some other stuff with Tool, and then they come back and make a second Perfect Circle record, and they completely reinvent their own sound.
With
Yeah.
13th Step.
Yeah. I mean, 13th Step, and that isn't, that record is a little, I don't know. A lot of people I know don't like it. I love it, but I'm a big fan of theirs. So, I mean, I guess I can get it. There's a really different kind of sound.
Yeah.
But again, I think that proves the musicianship in that band.
That record's been remixed so many times, just shows you how many directions that sound can go.
Oh, yeah.
Like a bunch of DJs have chopped up the Counting Bodies Like Sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. They've done all kinds of crazy shit with that song, dude. That's a bad motherfucker right there.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
definitely.
some killer songs on that.
Absolutely. So speaking of that is right at the end of the era that I really want to talk about on the show today. So that's in the early 2000s was when that band was really. I mean, they continued to be successful all the way through. Just recently, they really stopped doing anything, but we're talking about the early 2000s and then going back to like right in the late 80s, Guns N' Roses kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, what was the name a band from that era in the late 80s, early 90s that you got into?
Late
Regardless
80s?
if it's hip hop, no matter what it was, what were you listening to then?
Probably late 80s, maybe KRS-One.
Okay,
Listen to
Tight.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
that's tight.
Yeah.
You were going against the grain.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and admit this, dude. When I was in like fourth grade or some shit, it was 1986, 87, something like that. I got the Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. I don't know what the name of that.
Hysteria.
Right.
Yeah,
Def
Hysteria, bro.
Leppard's- Dude, they're tight, man. I love that
Oh,
band.
dude, I love Def Leppard. So I got that Def Leppard album, and then what I was cool at that point, but then when I got that Poison record, man.
Ooh.
With Every Rose, and I fucking wore that out, man. I'm embarrassed about that shit.
Dude,
fuck.
those bands were tight back then.
No, they
Like,
were tight.
I'll tell you what, I still love listening to Rat.
Dude, awesome.
Yes.
So what were you listening to?
What, like,
Late 80s, bro. Late
yeah,
80s.
so, like, growing up with my dad, my dad was he's a musician. So I was always exposed to, like, the new shit. Like, there was a radio station in Long Beach, and it was KNAC 105.5.
All right.
And that was just like one of those raw, like, pirate radio stations. It was like one of the last true, like, with DJs, and they're playing like the latest shit.
Right.
That's where they were playing like Metallica, back in the 80s. So, being around my dad, I was listening to that hard rock radio station. I was listening to, Ozzy and Def Leppard and Metallica
Nice.
and Megadeth.
Yeah.
So I was getting all that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great, man.
Metallica, that's a juggernaut. As man, I used to say that all the time. That's a juggernaut,
Dude,
bro.
they're just so good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And their sound adapted.
They were out in the late 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They,
I mean,
they were
Well,
out.
they came out in
Early.
1981.
Yeah, early
so
80s,
Kill 'Em
but they
All.
were
but I mean,
still
they were
hot.
still relevant.
Yeah,
they were
still
still hot at that time. So I think what I'm getting at is there was some of that glam stuff was in the mid 80s, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
like late 70s. I think was L.A. Dolls.
right.
Yeah.
So you've got that up there, and there that's more like pop radio, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
Poison's definitely pop radio.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom here of this spectrum, you've got the more, I mean, yeah, they're wildly successful, but it's not a mainstream band as Metallica, you know, almost like a cult following, you feel like, right?
Yeah.
At that time, because they weren't really getting commercial time. Now, you get a band that comes out that's just like, fuck everybody, called Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty much fuck everybody.
They were like street.
Yeah,
dude.
that was brash, man. Like
Dude.
that when they toured with Metallica, that's like one of the most epic lineups ever, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Metallica in their prime, Guns N' Roses in their prime. If you were lucky enough to be at one of those shows, you witnessed like probably one of the greatest things ever in rock and roll, you know.
Now I'm gonna date myself here because I remember when concert tickets were like reasonably priced.
Yeah.
But I would, even my cheap ass, I would pay $1,000 a seat to sit down and watch that show, and I'd wait all fucking night for Axl. I give no fucks.
You're talking about in that era though.
I'd probably do it now.
I don't think I would pay that kind of money to see Guns N' Roses now
You kidding me? With the
Yeah.
original lineup?
with the original lineup.
Fuck.
Like
Well, I would.
I don't know,
now.
man. Can
I
Axl
would.
do it?
But
Hell
'cause-
yeah, Axl
'cause-
can do
nah,
it.
he can't do it.
Oh, he can.
Nah. Fucking
right.
Axl Rose,
man.
fucking
I
late
just have-
80s Axl Rose that was fucking gliding across the fucking stage, bro. No, that motherfucker was fucking beautiful.
God damn, you know how beautiful that motherfucker was? Hey, I'm gonna get listen to me. I'm gonna get 20% gay right now. That motherfucker, dude.
40%, bro. It's
going
called 40.
40%.
It's called 40%.
Dude, Axl Rose in the was it the November Rain video where he had that
Where he
fucking
had that white suit?
Oh my god, dude! I was like, God damn, Axl Rose is a pretty motherfucker, dude.
I'm talking about fucking
He's-
Axl Rose.
He's beautiful, dude.
fucking Welcome to the Jungle.
Did you just say you talking about fucking Axl Rose?
No, I'm not talking about
No,
fucking
no, no.
Axl Rose. But, you know, I'm talking about fucking Axl Rose, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't like
Oh,
with
God.
the
hair,
Hey,
yeah.
hair's
that's a
flashed out.
rock star right there,
That
dude.
motherfucker
Yeah,
is
he
a
is.
rock
That's
star.
a fucking rock star.
Yo, so listen to this story. This is a great story. I'm not gonna say his name, but you guys definitely know this dude. Good friend of mine for years. Played music with the guy at one point. Know him well. Anyway, that's gonna have to be edited. No. So this I know a chick that went to an event. She was an actress. Her agent booked her, and she went to an event where she was like one of the girls that would sit with Axl Rose. And she went to this event in Hollywood and she sat with Axl Rose. And I could not wait to talk to her again, right? I wanted to ask her about this. So I asked her, I'm like, how was it? And she was just like, oh, it was fine. And that's all she really said about it. He's cool. He's nice. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, whatever. I'd fucking pay $1,000 to fucking watch Guns N' Roses. I'd pay $1,000 to see both of those bands for sure. You kidding me?
No shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I'd have to have good seats.
The
Yeah,
only
yeah.
the only show that I say is compared like in that scale of greatness that I've seen personally is when I seen Rage Against the Machine open for Tool. That was
Wow.
a great show. That's
Yeah.
like a monster lineup, dude.
Yeah.
Rage, in their prime, it was like 1999, and Tool in their Enema, still on their Enema tour. Dude, that was a freaking monster show. They were so badass.
Oh, I'll bet.
That's the greatest show I've ever been to.
I saw Stone Temple Pilots open for Red Hot Chili Peppers
Wow,
in San Diego.
that's a good lineup.
Yeah. You kidding me?
I
That was
I would pay some
incredible
money to
lineup.
see Red Hot Chili Peppers, but not no $1,000 though. You know.
I wouldn't, not for Red Hot Chili Peppers, no, but I mean,
but I would
they're
like to see,
sick. but-
that's one of the bands that I have to see before I die.
Oh, dude, they're great, man. I mean, and really, here's the hard part about watching Red Hot Chili Peppers. Try to watch anybody other than Flea, because I mean, you want to see,
yeah,
you
that
hear
guy's
that, you
crazy
hear this.
good.
I mean, because live, what's great about a live concert. And listen up, kiddies, if you're listening, because you guys have completely forgotten about anything that's not a media device. But being at a concert and experiencing that in person, you can feel the bass, man. And you're sitting there feeling that thump against your chest of Flea playing the bass, and you're just like, I will never see anybody do anything like that ever again. It's a
Dude,
once
where's
in a lifetime.
the Fox Theater and what is it? Pomona or Pasadena?
I know we got a Fox Theater here, man.
Yeah, but there's one in one of those. It's either Pomona or Pasadena.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like it wasn't too long ago. Probably like within the last 5 years, fucking the Chili Peppers did a concert there, but nobody knew. They just opened it up one day. Fucking said, boom, Chili Peppers at the Fox tomorrow.
No shit.
Those things went like that, bro. Gone. Fucking gone. Tickets were gone.
I can imagine.
Like in probably minutes, bro. It was I looked after a few hours that it went up, and they were gone.
I've definitely been in L.A. and heard K-Rock or one of the rock radio stations say, "Hey, so and so's at this place." You know? I mean, when you would play in the we'd play in that Sunset Strip scene, right?
Yeah.
We played we were the house band for several months at the Rainbow, but you could walk out on some nights and you would see this massive fucking crowd over there at this little shit place right next to the Whiskey. It's called the Cat Club.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is like barely bigger than this room, but pretty good sound for that. But anyway, Nikki Sixx sometimes would go in there,
Yeah.
and so it would just pack out, dude. I remember seeing that in L.A. But those last minute announcements, man. Imagine if you're one of the people, that gets to see an acoustic concert from the Smashing Pumpkins in Chicago in some club.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. My dad was telling me about some crazy shit like like Ozzy played on top of the Tower Records building on Sunset, and there would be like, 100,000 people like blocking all the streets, and it would just be crazy. Like shit like that don't even happen anymore. Like there's no rock stars like that anymore, man.
Dude, I remember Incubus did one. Incubus did one acoustic something like in a little studio. They even made a DVD about it. I wanted to go to that so bad.
Oh, I saw that.
So fucking
I
bad.
saw that. Yeah, but you know what? Ted said something that I want to talk about a little bit more. I agree with you, man. So that era of music that we're talking about today, pretty much late 80s through early 2000s, that is really the end. I mean, he still performs, yeah. I mean, but I'm saying that is the end of the Ozzy Osbourne-esque type frontman bands, frontman with a band behind me era. Yeah. I haven't really seen a rock star like that since. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just I haven't heard of them, but
fuck, I haven't even really thought about it like that. So
I mean, we've got guys that are definitely in the pop world.
Nothing with any staying power. It doesn't feel like like something that's going to transcend time. You got bands that are still touring. Like Rush just wrapped up their final tour, and they started playing in the late 60s. Like, are there bands that are around right now that have started within the last 5 to 10 years that are going to be around in 10, 15 years?
Those you're talking about major bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think Korn. I think Korn will still be doing it. I think Korn will do it for 30 to 40 years, maybe longer.
No, I think so. Like
I
bands
think Linkin
like that.
Park.
I'm talking bands. Okay, so those are the holdovers. Those are the last. That's the
era.
Last of the era. That's the
okay.
very
So that's
end
the last of the era.
So
we're
now you're talking
of
about
those
now.
rock stars. I'm
who's here
talking
now?
like in the download era, in the 2005. When people started really downloading.
Now, what are you
music.
talking about? Like, what qualifies as a band, though? You know what I mean? Because, like, we just heard what's called the Super Bowl Coldplay. They're a band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They fucking packed the fucking house.
But they were around. They came out in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
man,
they've
with that
been
first
around
record.
for a
They were
long
around.
time.
I went and saw that band in San Diego.
Well, how about, I know you like this band, Imagine Dragons. What about them?
They don't have the staying power. Nope.
They're already kind of a.
Yeah, I mean,
Where are they now?
Their record, they released a record, and I heard a single off of it, and I just wasn't really a fan.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of what I heard. So I'm not here to judge. It just wasn't for me.
Okay.
They're very talented. They're very talented. But yeah, you know what? You drive a hard bargain there. I mean, you somebody try to point out to me, somebody that really is just. I mean, I think that Adele is somebody that just like crosses the mark, right?
Oh
she's,
yeah.
But I mean, she's obviously a different kind of artist than what we're talking about. We're talking about rock music right now.
Yeah.
You know,
She's like an Aretha Franklin, like she's that
She's a
gospel
pop star.
soul singer. Yeah, but she's not like the Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera
No, that's
pop
the
star.
that's the teeny bopper.
Yeah,
pop
she's
star.
like more.
This is a contemporary adult pop star.
maybe more like maybe a Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
right. So
you know?
I'll use those examples of pop stars and how they've impacted the world and how they can become these enormous celebrities. Beyonce had the best record ever.
Yeah,
Fuck Kanye West, first of all.
I don't believe so.
that dude's out of his
That guy's a
goddamn mind.
fag, dude.
That dude
He's
is-
out of his fucking mind.
I'd like to beat the fuck out of that
He
guy.
started like a Kickstarter. He's like, man, I'm down $53 million.
Good.
Give me money, and he opened up a Kickstarter.
That
Like,
shit's
and,
crazy.
and he's like, yeah,
That
I
shit's
want to raise
crazy.
$53 million.
Hey,
Give
dude,
me $53
do you know how many
million.
motherfuckers would give fucking Kanye West money just so they could say I gave Kanye West money?
I gave
You know what
Kanye
I mean?
$5.
fuck.
Look at me.
Stupid.
So I used the examples of those kinds of people to say this. There is not any kind of rock star with that kind of power anymore. It just doesn't
No.
happen. Now
the rock star power is
I mean
gone.
newer artists. Okay, I'm talking about in the download era. I mean, obviously Chester. You know that guy command presence is.
What, Linkin Park?
Yeah, those guys
Yeah.
are huge, dude. I mean, I'm just saying, like, no one in the modern download era really has stood out
But
to me.
he came from
as a band that's going to be
90s
like
too.
the
Yeah,
Rolling
Linkin
Stones.
Park's a late 90s band. So,
Yeah. So who in this era? Nobody.
I
There
don't,
is nobody.
There's nobody.
Like-
I can't think of a band that's like in the last between 5 and 10 years, go back 2005. There's nobody, man.
So can I skip ahead to a very important moment, dude? I'm in between 7th and 8th grade, and I remember this very well. I was in between 7th and 8th grade, and I had MTV on because my mom was at work. By the way, fucking turned out to be a musician. My mom would have killed me, dude. She didn't let me watch MTV ever. Anyway, got Nirvana on MTV, and I was like, what the fuck is this? This sucks. I was so pissed. But I heard the video a few times, and then I found myself like kind of humming it, and the next thing you know, man, I was a huge fan. Nirvana like changed my life, dude. Like that got me into wanting to be, in a lot of ways. Guns N' Roses was really the first thing that I got into that was mine, but then Nirvana really just kind of, I think it was just that coming of age thing for me, Like I was right in the middle of puberty and liking girls and like fuck my parents and all that stuff that those kids go through at that age. Nirvana, man, that was my coming of age. We were all kind of in the similar age group, but what was your coming of age bands or songs?
So I got into like rock late, but if I'm gonna talk about like a band, instruments going and everything, bam, Korn was the first one that set me on.
Oh yeah,
that was
dude.
my first rock concert right there. Was
All right.
fucking Korn. So that's the one that did it for me.
Set it out.
Local.
Yeah, the first time I heard Metallica, I heard Master of Puppets, and before that, I was listening to like Madonna and MC Hammer and Michael Jackson and shit like that, like a kid. But when you first hear a band that turns you out and you find a sound that's yours, that was Metallica. I was probably in like I think we were like 4th grade, and that's when I started, picking up and playing drums and stuff. Was right around that time.
Do you know the thing with Metallica though for me is like I didn't get into this music until late, so I had the chance to listen to all of Metallica shit, and then I had the chance to listen to Megadeth, and I think me personally think that Megadeth is better.
Right on, dude. There's a lot of people that think that,
and some people fucking tell me like, shh, don't ever say something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a blasphemy.
What the fuck did I just do? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, did I say something about
Oh no, there's
Jesus?
some Metallica fans that want to kick your fucking ass.
Yeah,
right now.
like
for real.
Yeah,
For
they
saying
get
that. right.
yeah,
they
Tez?
get fucking super offended.
They're gonna
This
hate
is
No,
you.
but
one
you
of
know
them.
what? There's the Metallica, Megadeth. Megadeth definitely stayed heavier longer. I mean,
I agree with that.
they continue to be heavy, It's just that I think Metallica kind of evolved and changed their sound.
Mailed it in.
Let me just say
I don't
this,
think
dude.
they mailed it in.
I don't think they
just-
mailed it in.
No, they were listening to a producer that was gonna make them a lot of money, and he did, man. Because all the albums that they made with Bob Rock, they're all multi platinum records. I mean, you can't say they weren't a success. They're a huge commercial success.
Well, he told you know what I mean. He gave him all the little secrets, like do this, do that, and you're gonna become this, and this.
Yeah.
You know, they cut their hair and they're like, oh, you know, like oh my god. And fucking
Oh, they're
shit was
edgy.
just
Oh,
yeah.
you know, we're not that '80s band no more.
Look at the new
Look, we're
Metallica.
so
like
'90s.
shit.
Look at me, I'm Lars. I got my nipples pierced.
Yeah.
Until it sleeps.
I still do this
I
without
hated
a
that
shirt.
part.
Withered around with this tree guy, and I'm all
Yeah.
covered in brown paint. Yeah, no, it was really that
And
was some
nothing
far out
else
shit.
matters.
Man.
Hey, can I check on Lucas right now though?
Check on him.
Can I check on your nose? How's your nose doing?
I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but the window's fucking open. You know, every time that fucking weenie dog howls, I'm like, dude.
I call it bugling. I call it bugling.
Okay, well, I'm being. I guess I'm being racist towards his dog.
Yeah. Fucking racist
When he
weird dog, man.
bugles, all right. I
That's
can
right.
hear it so much more clearly because the window's open. And why is it open? Hey, because Ted went straight Marine Corps on his bathroom, bro.
Yeah.
Like he cleaned with so much bleach that I think that I'm scared to be in here right now. Like I might
Dude,
have a
it's
health
not that
defect
bad.
from it.
Dude, I got
My
here
bathroom is disinfected.
when it was in full effect. I got here.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about that bathtub was literally filled with
bleach.
jugs of
Yeah.
bleach. And I was just like,
That's what I did.
what the fuck is that? I said, damn, you really brought the bleach out for this one.
I was disinfecting.
Oh,
My
shit.
nasal passages are burning.
That's okay.
No, but get this. He's like, he goes to clean the bathtub, right? I can't believe we're talking about this, but sorry about your bathroom, right? But he's like, he looks in there, he's like, fuck. He was like, that shit just, I got all kinds of bleach in there. And I said, dude, you know you still got to scrub, right? He thinks he could just fucking pour bleach in the shit and shit's gone.
Oh, no,
I
he
thought
knows
it was
he's-
gonna be like magic. I was
Yeah.
I was trying to just
Fuck.
beat the shit out of the tub
I was
with
like,
the
what the
bleach.
fuck are you looking at, bro?
Hey.
Get
know.
down there and put some elbow into that bitch.
Put some elbow grease on it.
I did. I got
Yeah,
the
he
scrub
did.
brush
He
out.
did.
I scrubbed the shit out of that.
Yeah, he was
freaking
gone
bathtub.
from fucking like straight 15 minutes. And I was like,
So
damn.
I love to give Ted a hard time, but if you have any doubt about where Ted went with it, you need to look no further than his calves.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
this
fucking
motherfucker's
hardcore.
got hardcore tattooed on his calf. He got hard on one
That's
and core
right.
on the other.
That's right.
That is the tightest shit ever, dude. That is a hardcore Marine right there.
That's right. That's pretty fucking hardcore right there.
That's pretty hardcore.
I like,
All right.
Yeah,
What-
I like it.
Other great bands from that era. I mean, I can go on and on. I like Soundgarden pretty good.
Soundgarden was cool.
Yeah.
Soundgarden
I
was cool.
never got into him.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
man,
like him.
I like
I
him.
didn't like Chris Cornell's voice, so I never
I,
liked.
I like everything he
uh,
does almost.
what was
Almost
the
everything that he
other-
does.
What was his other band with the Rage guys?
Audio Slave.
Audio Slave.
You didn't
I
like them either?
No, I fucking hated it.
I liked
oh
that.
my god!
Did you like it, Lucas?
I couldn't
Oh, I
stomach
jocked it, dude.
Yeah,
I jocked
I did.
that. I had
Did you?
that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did too. I was like, oh, this
Hey,
shit's fucking bad.
I was down in
Ooh.
San Diego, dude. I had my black 4x4 Ford Ranger, dude. I thought I was the coolest dude in the world. I thought I was the coolest person
Yeah.
that ever lived.
Yeah.
And I've got windows down, rocking Audio Slave. That's where I was at. That's how I was going.
I
Negative
remember.
Ghost Rider.
I remember being in Bakersfield. I don't know what I was doing in Bakersfield. I was working security or something, but I was listening to the radio and they fucking came out with this thing. They're like, okay, so Rage Against the Machine, right? You know, Zach De La Rocha went and did this. They told this big ass fucking story, and then, you know, and then Chris Cornell, you know, and he went over here with the guys from Radio Games, and they made this song. When we come back, we're gonna play this song, and it's the riffs are awesome. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, shit, like what's happening? I was like, what's going on right now? You know, and
Do
then
you
they
remember
fucking
when you had to sit by the radio to listen to something new?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Dude, when
and then when
you,
they played it, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
this shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, ah. And then I'm like, I need to change to the other rock station because I want to see if they're going to play it soon. You know, because I want to hear it again.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't have it. I gotta fucking do this shit.
And you had to do what to get it?
You had to fucking,
Go to the store.
yeah, go to the
Jeez
store.
Louise.
Okay, so
And
I
buy
hate
this
to admit
shit.
it, but what was that damn freaking band, dude, that cut my life into
Papa Roach.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
dude. You don't. Yeah.
The first time I heard Papa Roach, I was in Pensacola, Florida, right?
All right.
And I heard that shit on the radio, and I ran, dude, to the PX, and I bought their record. I was like, oh my God, this is tight.
Did you sing Cadence when you ran?
Yeah.
I love Roach.
Yeah, there was a couple C-130s going down the taxiway.
Mama and Pop. Oh, C-130. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Hey, bop, diddly bop, bop.
Hey, you know what though? They were good though.
No, they
when
were
they
good.
first came out.
I didn't
they were
like
good.
that shit though.
Oh,
I
man,
dug
I
it.
was on that shit, man.
I still, when they come out right now with new shit, I still dig it right now. I'm like,
No, I
don't like them anymore, but
I do. I love it.
Slipknot in that era too, like '99, like that first record with
yeah.
Wait and Bleed.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a game changer.
Hey, dude,
And
when I first-
Seven Dust, what
that
about
was the-
Seven Dust?
Seven
I
Dust
did
is
not
bad.
like Seven Dust.
You didn't like Seven Dust? God,
I don't
damn
like
it.
Seven
Woo!
Dust now.
Woo, dude, that album Home.
Oh, yes.
I'm home.
Oh,
Leave it to
yes.
me. That motherfucker, dude. Morgan Rose, the drummer for Seven Dust, of course, right?
Yo,
but
they're-
that motherfucker is
Dude,
bad,
you know,
dude.
my workout music still consists of Denial is in there somewhere.
Ooh,
you know what I
that's
mean?
a
I'm just
jam.
like,
That's a
ooh,
fucking
shit.
jam.
I start lifting fucking heavy as fuck. Fuck. Like, I'm just like, I love this shit, bro.
That's good.
I love that shit.
All right.
Seven
all right.
Dust is bad.
No, dude, I saw Seven Dust live, man.
You didn't like them?
I didn't like them. Damn. Yeah, I didn't like them.
That's a motherfucker when you see somebody live and you don't like them.
But I didn't get it. I didn't get that heavy music at that point, man. I really didn't. And I that's my own fault because I'd gotten into some, different kind of music at that point. I was way more into that was my Red Hot Chili Peppers phase. And I was all into clean guitar sound. I didn't really want to be a heavy band at that time. You remember that?
Yeah, that was the very nice days.
Yeah, that was very nice. I wanted to be. I wanted to be that kind of band. I wanted to be funky. Because I felt like everybody else was going the other direction. Anyway,
towards
Seven
the end
Dust,
of that band, though, we started going that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Seven Dust just never did it for me. I'm not saying they're not good. They're great. But
So Seven Dust. Here's my Seven Dust story. I was in boot camp, and you remember getting the Sunday paper. That was like the big shit, right? Getting
Right.
the Sunday paper. And, being down in San Diego, I was a Hollywood Marine. Lucas was he was a Paris Island.
That's right.
Sand Flea itching Marine. But, I got that paper and you go to the, what would it be, calendar section or something. And they had the look ahead and there it was, man. It was Seven Dust and Kitty the night I got out of boot camp.
Wow.
So I had, and it was like a quarter page, little flyer for that show, and it had a picture of the band, and you could see Morgan Rose's drums in the picture. It was it was like a color picture, and I cut it out and I laminated it with packing tape, and I hung it in my Foot Locker, right? Man, the day I walked across the parade deck there at MCRD, my dad picked me up. We jammed straight to Orange County. It was at the observatory, and we saw Seven Dust that night. That was just the most badass show because, you go through all that bullshit going through boot camp and you're just so mentally fucked when you leave that place to go to a badass show like that. It was like hitting the reset button, dude. It was like the best thing that ever happened to me.
Dude, I could have never done that the day I got out of boot camp. You know what I was doing when I got out of boot camp? I shit you not. I was putting fucking creases in my jeans.
That's right.
These motherfuckers had erased any part of that was me before that. All right. If anybody who knew me before I went to boot camp, when I came out of boot camp, not the same guy. Not even close. I was putting creases in my jeans, Ted. Look,
Dude, you were a motivated Marine, though.
Think- but-
hey, when I
think
know
about
bullshit.
how fucking stupid that looks, though.
When I talk about you, dude, and your Marine Corps days, you're the singer of my band, and you're a bad motherfucker, but you were a fucking damn good Marine. You were squared the fuck away, man.
Let me say this, because I've heard the Marine story from Ted about you, okay? And all I know is, if you want to see a fucking Marine, you fucking look at Luke. That motherfucker was a fucking damn good fucking Marine. I was like, he was the dude. I was like, fuck, God.
Yeah, he was a damn good Marine, man.
You should have been in the commercial, dude, with the fucking sword and shit.
I wasn't thin enough.
Those motherfuckers.
I wasn't thin enough.
look
I mean,
good,
I was
though.
thin when I was in the Marines.
I'll tell you
but I
one
wasn't
thing.
thin
That
enough.
fucking uniform is on point.
Out
of everybody's shit, they fucking rock that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I was in phenomenal shape at that point in my life, dude. I I mean, no one wanted to fuck with me.
Dude, we all were.
I was big, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I was still 203. I was 203. I'm 6 foot. I was rock solid, man. 203. I would have been.
203 is solid.
I wished I would have got into jiu-jitsu at that time. Is what I wish, because I would have just been like.
That was
I would have been so nasty.
At that time, this was an
203.
unknown fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like only the Gracies were
Yeah.
fucking up on point.
Yo, UFC was just like really coming out. I mean, I
It
remember
came out in like what 92, 91, something like that.
93.
But it was
First
just,
UFC.
I mean, when I was in the Marines, man, I remember like I had seen it on TV at home with my granddad,
Yeah.
and I'd watch it, but I didn't really know a lot about it, man. But we used to get it over at my house in San Diego, and it was a big party, dude, when we would do that, you know. And I just thought the party was cool. I never really got into UFC, you know, until later. You guys kind of got me into it later, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, now Ted mentioned the observatory, right?
All right.
Like for you, what venue is like one of the best venues you've seen like a band play to where it's intimate, it's real close. Yeah, I mean it's real small, but the sound is good. The scenery is cool. Which one's the best one? I know you've been there.
Oh yeah, I
All the
mean,
spots.
you know, it depends on the. You know, there's several different tiers of venues, in my opinion. So you've got the nightclub, you know, and for a nightclub, honestly, the best sounding nightclub I ever heard a band at was probably the Roxy, man.
Yeah.
On Sunset there.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is incredible. And I played there. I got to play there one time, and I thought the sound was just so good, man, and the room was just so perfect. And I think that sound at the there was this old place called The Gig, man, and that place was cool. And
What about the Glass House in Pomona?
I've never been there.
I never played.
I really
Oh, I
like
played the
that
Glass House in Pomona. I did play there. You know where else was really fun to play or really had good sound was Cane's.
Yeah, down in
San Diego.
What was that, Mission Beach?
Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what, I played Cane's twice. And man, I just thought it was the fucking shit, dude. I loved it. You know, I used to go down there though all the time. I used to hang out there when I was in the Marine, and I used to dream about playing at Cane's and having a big crowd there. And man, both of the times I played there, it was packed.
You know
That's badass.
the last time I went to Hollywood and saw a band, I saw them at the House of Blues Sunset. Rest in peace. You know what I mean?
That place is done.
That place
now.
is gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
So
Yeah.
so I was gonna
That
say
shit was
that for a
fun.
mid-sized room, that place is awesome.
That shit is awesome.
That's
man.
my favorite spot.
And this was the first time I actually went over there and I paid for the VIP table. Oh, that was like the best thing I could do, because I was like, oh my God, this table is fucking like awesome. You see the bands right there, bam, you know, and the waitresses, they're coming, you need any more drinks? And we're like, yes,
Oh, wow.
yes, we do, you know?
Yes, we need
Yes.
lots of drinks.
Yeah, we need lots of drinks. I was drunk as fuck, but damn, that fucking was the baddest show. That was one of the baddest shows I've ever seen. I was like, oh fuck, this is bad.
We've seen a lot of good shows at House of Blues in Hollywood.
I've been there quite a few times, but I heard the one
lot of
in
good
Anaheim
shows.
is fucking just as good.
Yeah, the one
So,
in Anaheim's really nice.
I just
man.
never been there. So
I played this place, I think it's called the Galaxy in Anaheim. Galaxy Theater. It's like right out in the same.
That's the
I've heard of that.
observatory.
It's the same parking lot with the Angel Stadium.
no, it's not the observatory. Observatory is in Santa Ana.
No, I know I thought it was called. It used to be called something before it was the
It wasn't the
the
Galaxy.
observatory. I thought it was the Galaxy.
No,
I know what you're talking about though.
I've heard of that.
The Galaxy.
I've never been there.
Yeah, that place was cool, man. It was a big ballroom.
Yeah.
The sound was great there too.
I liked when you played at the Viper Room. That was pretty cool.
The Viper Room had just okay sound for me.
It was.
I'll tell
cool
you,
me.
for a
Like,
place.
it was close. It was real fucking. It was badass.
Yeah, the Viper
drunk
was
as fuck.
a cool room to play in, man, because for a small club, like a small club, because the Roxy's kind of big for a club. You know, there's like you can fit like 500 people, 800 people in there.
The whiskey's about the same size.
And the whiskey's just as big, if not bigger. But the Viper, man, if you got like 100 people in that room, it's full, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to pack the shit out of that place, you know. And I loved that for it, and I loved that the stage was high. It made you just feel like you were awesome because the stage was so high. The stage is like what 5.5 feet up off the floor, you know. Really cool.
Yeah, Whiskey's got that big, tall stage too.
Yeah, and then for a big place or a big ballroom, I like the Palladium in L.A.
That's nice.
That room was great, man. I never played there, but I saw Bullet for My Valentine there.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I know. We were there.
That was a
It
good
was
show.
sick.
You know, I've been to. You ever been to the Santa Barbara Bowl?
No, man.
That shit was fucking decent.
You ever been to the Hollywood Bowl?
I haven't been to the Hollywood Bowl.
Fuck, dude. Hollywood Bowl, Motley
Dude,
Crue.
Motley Crue. That
Fucking
was a great
dope.
show.
Yeah. Alice Cooper opened for him, dude.
Yeah, I know.
And who was playing lead guitar?
Nita Strauss.
That's your girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fucking bad, dude.
She's a good
that
guitar
chick
player.
shreds.
Yeah.
Like, legit, hats off
Hey.
for being a bad motherfucker.
We want Nita on the podcast.
We want.
Oh,
Nita on
you
the
should hit her
podcast.
up.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Oh, I have already.
Speaking of guests on the
But I don't have
podcast,
luck.
dude, we're getting ready to have Eddie Bravo on here, I think,
yeah,
aren't we?
we got
It's
we got
close.
another like 9 minutes before
Yeah, it's
we
close.
call Eddie Bravo.
I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight, man. You know, I remember going back to when he did Metamoris a couple years ago, and he fought Hoyler the second time.
Right.
That fucking I just started doing jujitsu, maybe I don't know, no more than 6 months. I mean, I was brand new to jujitsu, but seeing that that lockdown control,
Right.
that was some crazy shit, man. I went into class and I was throwing everybody in that lockdown, and I thought I was like, dude, I solved the fucking puzzle. I unlocked the mysteries of jiu-jitsu.
I am a jiu-jitsu black belt. White belt to black belt immediately, right?
Yeah, because of the fucking Eddie Bravo lockdown. That shit was crazy, man. It was
I heard him talking about. I didn't know nothing about it. I mean, I wasn't in the jujitsu, realm of things. So, but when I heard him talking about it, I was like, man, they're talking about this shit like this is a big fucking deal, right? So I watched it. I said, I'm gonna watch it, and I kind of was like, well, what the fuck's going on here? I mean, I was like, oh shit, like I was like, this is Hoyler Gracie, like what the fuck is going on here? Look, like what's happening right now? And I was amazed. I was amazed. The dude is bad, man. He's bad.
He's a bad man.
He is.
he is, dude, multi-talented, producer, musician,
Right.
one of the best, jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world.
Practitioner. I like that.
Yeah, he with his own unique brand of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
The
The
10th
fucking
Planet.
Twister, bro.
The Twister, dude.
The Twister.
Dude, they've got cool ass names for their shit, like
The
like
electric
crackhead
chair.
control. Yeah, the electric chair.
Fuck.
God damn.
I want to
dude.
ask him about gear.
Like what kind of gear?
I want to ask him about his guitar gear.
Yeah, you know what? In his video,
He looks like
was
he
playing
plays
a
some-
Gibson Flying V.
But then who was playing the Dean? It looked like somebody.
Yeah,
had
it looked like
a
it looked
Dean.
like it was a Dean or a Schecter to
Yeah.
me, like in the
Looked
video.
like some fucking-
I don't
or
know.
there's a
I've
picture.
seen him playing
Looked
that.
like some Dimebag
flying,
shit.
Yeah.
Flying V. Yeah, there was a guy playing the Dimebag
that
Dean.
fucking crazy.
Well, I
looking
guess
one.
What's
we'll
that
find
thing
out.
called? A razor?
Shit. Yeah, there you
Razorback?
go, Razorback or some shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Arkansas shit to me.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not a fan of crazy looking guitars though. I've never been a fan of those like odd shapes like the BC Rich Warlock. Like I don't like that shit.
No, man, I'm not a fan of that. I like the Gibson Les Paul.
Love
That's
the
a
Les
great.
Paul.
That's a great guitar if you're playing.
I don't even like
rock.
what is the other one called? The SG?
Strat?
Is that
Oh
what it's
yeah,
called?
SG.
Yeah, SG's
Yeah,
a
get
little
out of
thin
here
for
with
me.
that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Don't like
Fender
it.
Stratocaster. A lot of my favorite guitar players have played that guitar, and it really does such a variety of sound, right? But lately, I have fallen in love with the Fender Telecaster. Obviously, I'm playing some country music now, so I'm really into this Telecaster. I have a friend that has a 1951 No-Caster reissue, and that guitar.
That thing's ridiculous.
you
It's a
know,
badass guitar.
If I told him if he really was my friend, he would give it to me, and he said nothing.
Yeah. Hey, that just shows you where your friendship's at.
I know.
It's like, please give me this expensive ass guitar.
So one kind of weird looking guitar, I just looked over at Leisure here and realized there's one guitar that is an custom made, off brand, whatever, weirdo looking guitar. I mean, it kind of looks like a Gibson, but it's a Pegasus guitar, I believe is what it's called. It's just Pegasus is what it is called. But Jared Leto plays it.
Yeah.
I think that guitar is sick, dude.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those.
Oh man, dude, 30 Seconds to Mars. That's another band I like a lot. They were
Jared Leto is a fucking showman.
That's a talented motherfucker.
I swear, there's a fucking video somewhere on the fucking internet, bro, and it's at the Santa Barbara Bowl that I was talking about earlier, and this motherfucker was rocking the fucking pink mohawk, right? And fucking, I'm in the front row, fucking screaming like a little bitch. Like they show me on there and everything. I'm like, fuck. Look at me, stupid. What were you doing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, fuck. If somebody sees this, my rep is fucking ruined.
My rep is ruined.
Yeah. But fuck, dude.
Finished.
The guy that I went with, I went with the homie, right? And we're like fucking like all these those chicks every fucking where. You know, it's fucking Jared Leto. And fucking this fool, we're standing there, we're talking to his fucking two hot ass chicks, right? And he's like, if I get a chance, I'm hopping the wall and I'm kissing fucking Leto. I'm like, oh, fuck. I was like, that's not even gay right now, bro. Do it.
That's funny.
Fuck,
my Jared Leto story is a little bit different. I went to I was into Chevelle, like when their first record came out. Way into Chevelle. Now, there was a venue, and I cannot remember the name of it, but it was pretty close to the base, and it was basically just a fucking warehouse. All right? And my band, I'll never forget, man, we opened for the band Mower. If you get a chance, check out Mower. Those guys were super heavy, dude. And my band at the time was not very heavy. And we were amateurs, you know, and they really showed us what a real band that goes on tour looks like. I could not believe how good Mower was. But anyway, Chevelle was playing in that room. The tickets were like $15. And, you know, some band we had never heard of was opening. So me and my friend James sat out in the parking lot, and he had all these little whiskey things. We got out pretty drunk on that. We stumble our ass up to the show, and I see a red bus. I see this blonde fucking hair, this long blonde hair, real skinny dude. And I shit you not, there's 7 chicks following him. 7 girls following him. Door on the bus opens, him and 7, and these are not like threes. I'm not talking about threes. I'm talking these are fucking 8s, 9s.
Damn. Easy, huh?
7 of them.
Easy 8.
Yeah, these are hot chicks, dude. Follow them on the bus, door closes. And I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Woo!
I was like, who the fuck is that? And me and James were just so jealous, you know. Anyway, going to concert. About 30 minutes later, the guy with the long blonde hair walks out and screams into the mic. And they start that song that I'd heard on the radio, and I didn't know who sang it, which was Capricorn.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, dude. Who is this? And then Chevelle came on after that, and I was like, who fucking cares who they are?
Yeah.
That's how good Jared Leto was, man. He killed it, dude.
Yeah, you showed me that had to have been like early 2000, 2002 maybe.
Yeah, I jocked that 30 Seconds to Mars
first
record
30
hard,
Seconds
dude.
to Mars, that song Capricorn, that was a motherfucker, dude.
Oh,
that was
good.
a badass track.
Yeah.
There was nothing out at that time that sounded remotely like
There's
that.
still nothing that sounds like that. That was a one-off record for them, too. They changed their sound after that.
Dude, when they came to Bakersfield for Rockin' Roots, I want to say it was Rockin' Roots tour, or this festival that they have in Bakersfield. Fucking my sister, shout out Laney Lanes, she sold fucking merchandise for fucking Jared Leto.
Sweet, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
pretty tight.
fuck.
Wasn't she in the thank you notes on
Oh,
there?
dude, she was she was in there.
Yeah.
Her name was in the thank you fucking notes, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, for
I was
30
like,
Seconds to Mars.
fucking shit,
She was
dude.
like ultra fan.
Oh, dude, she went to see every fucking concert in California, wherever they were at. She went, and I'm talking about it was a lot of fucking concerts.
Oh, I'll bet.
She got her own personalized license plates, 30 Seconds to Mars. Tattoo, 30 Seconds to Mars. I was like, damn, girl. You
Yo,
mellowed
I
the
just
fuck
got
out.
the text, man. Eddie Bravo's ready to roll.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yeah, dude.
Roll 'em.
Let's give this guy a call.
I can't wait, dude.
It's awesome.
Hello.
Eddie Bravo, what's good, brother?
What's up? Is this the former singer of Edema?
Oh, that's my buddy right here. That's Luke, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Luke? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are we recording?
Yeah, man, we're on. We're doing it.
Okay. I don't know if you remember me, Luke, but I actually met you at your first gig with Edema at the Roxy.
Yeah, man. I do remember you.
You had an Iron Maiden shirt on. You remember that?
Hell yeah, I do. I actually still have that picture from that show, man.
That was awesome.
Dude, I was going to tell you, man, I was checking your band out today. You're pretty awesome yourself.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank
dude.
You.
I love the what you guys are doing. I was telling Ted earlier, you know, the hip hop stuff. You guys is the flow on that guy, man. He's doing it at a different level than some of the other rap rock stuff I've heard.
Well, what I produced several projects. Which one are you talking about?
He's talking about the one with I think it's Rocka from Dilated Peoples.
Yeah, that's.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that track twice. I was like, whoa, man, that's hot.
The Jiu-Jitsu song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's old, man. You got to hear the new shit. Were you ever an I know you're an Iron Maiden fan, but were you also a Queensryche fan?
Somewhat a Queen. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're somewhat a Queensryche fan and you do like metal, you do like some metal, and there's a song called New Rochelle off Rage for Order. I remixed that song. I took pieces of that, took elements of that, and turned it into like a gangster rap song. That's one of the latest things I put out. It's actually on my SoundCloud. Go to soundcloud.com/Eddie-Bravo. All my latest shit's up there. That Jiu-Jitsu song, that Jiu-Jitsu song is old as hell. I don't think that I haven't heard that song in years.
Wow, you know what's funny, man, is as soon as I Googled the band name, you know, that's what came up. So that's the first thing I started listening to. I was like, all right, this is cool, you know. So I'm gonna have to check out. Man. I'm gonna have to check out the SoundCloud.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks. I didn't just start, trying to mix hip hop and metal. I've been doing that shit since 1991.
That's so what's up.
Like I've been doing that. I was doing that when Linkin Park was in the second grade.
Well, you know, that's kind of like what we were talking about before you called, Eddie. We were talking about like this like last era of metal, like the late 90s, early 2000s, going back with like Korn and Deftones, just how there's nothing like that out there anymore.
Yeah, man. Music is the music business. We have a lot to study from now. You know what I mean? In the 60s, you really didn't have a lot to, like, technology was still changed and business was changing, but so they didn't really know what the fuck was going to happen with these singers and these bands. But damn, the music industry, that's some evil shit. You know what I mean? You're like the fucking king of the world, and you think it's never going to end, and then it fucking all gets pulled out from you.
Absolutely.
It's fucking, like, think about all the metal bands in the 80s. I know, what the guys that I idolized and worshipped, a lot of them are sleeping on couches right now,
Yeah.
Yeah, the record industry has just fucked over musicians from the very beginning. You can watch anything about the music industry. I mean, Atlantic Records, they've been fucking over artists since the very beginning. And the record industry is no different today. These 360 deals, it's just another way to stick it in, dude. Because now they're going to get a piece of everything you ever fucking do.
Yes, it's fucking insane. And this is, since the fucking inception of rock, all these rock bands have always been getting ripped off, and the label is always telling them, well, you got to pay this back, you got to pay that, and artists are always suing the record company countersues. It's always decade after decade, the record company saying, hey, you didn't fucking make any money, you got to go on the fucking road, motherfuckers. You ain't making any goddamn money, you got to go on the road.
Yeah.
You got to pay for all this shit. You got to
recoup it.
Yeah, so it's like now with the record companies are fucking. I think they're happy about everyone thinking that the record business has no more money. They're like, cool. Now we have a real reason to not pay anybody. We can just say, hey, everybody's ripping off MP3s, man. We're not making any more money. There's no money in the record business no more. Everybody's just stealing it. I think that's all bullshit. I think they're making more money than ever fucking before. With the internet? Are you kidding me? Yeah, sure. Some people are ripping it off and shit, but no one has time for that. I don't have time for that shit. I just go on iTunes and I buy everything. Normal people just fucking go on iTunes and buy. Little kids and shit, they might rip shit off, but when you back in the day, your records only got out, to maybe 100,000 people, and they actually have to be physically put on trucks and delivered to the record store. And other than that, nobody else you'd have to travel to this record store. You have to go miles and miles and hours for a record store. So, but now with the internet, you can get you have distribution worldwide instantly. Yeah, some people are going to rip it off, but you have billions more to sell to. Are you kidding me? They're fucking making more money than ever. I think they like playing broke.
Of course they like playing broke.
There's no MTV no more. I mean, there's no MTV. No one's playing music videos, but they're still producing these fucking tremendous, huge budget videos for like Beyonce and fucking Kanye West and shit. Where's that fucking money coming from?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't steal Kanye West? Oh, they don't steal Rihanna? How come they're making fucking gazillions? It's still the same shit. They're making more money than ever before.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if there's no money, why are you still making music videos and shit that cost millions to make? What are you talking about?
It's that YouTube. It's that YouTube era.
They found a different way to make money. That's what they did. They telling everybody, oh yeah, we're not selling CDs. Look, Tower Records got fucking closed down, right? They're telling
for sure they're not selling CDs, but they're selling fucking MP3s.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Well, what about
to the world?
What about like Pandora and Beats? Like the Apple Music, these subscription services?
Every time that's a copyright royalty. Every fucking time they spin your shit.
Every single time somebody clicks on your song, that's money going in your bank account.
And guess what? With a 360 deal, they're taking even more cut out of that MP3 play every time. They're taking your publishing. They own part of everything you ever fucking do. Everything you do.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But also they're saying, hey, but everybody's ripping off MP3s now. There goes your checks. I guess you don't get paid. You know what I mean? But when I was a kid, none of my friends would buy an album that one of our friends had. We would fucking put it on a cassette tape and record that shit.
That's right.
We stole way more back then than we do now. We taped them. You know what I mean?
That's
whoever bought an album, whoever bought an album, that was your band. Everybody else can like them, but they're not going to like them as much as you. That's your band. That's like your football team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whoever gets that album first, that's your. Oh, you claimed them. That's your band. And if they do well, if the album is huge, like you won, bitch. That's my band.
So Eddie, tell me, growing up, dude, who was your favorite band?
Well, the first time I started to worship any a band was when I was 8. My stepdad was he was an evil prick, but he exposed me to a lot of classic rock. He was one of those rare Mexicans. He spoke okay English. He was a Porsche mechanic, a total dickhead, but he was really into classic rock. He had everything. Classic rock. Zeppelin, back then, like Van Halen was brand new. That was like 1978. He had Van Halen 1. He had Ted Nugent. He had fucking, also Supertramp, and even the fucking Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. He had, but it was mixy rock. It was Pretenders. He got me exposed to all this classic rock shit, and he hated Kiss. So when
really?
when Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park was coming out in 1978, and they were making a big deal on NBC, and back then everybody watched NBC. That's your Instagram right there. You know what I mean? Back in the day, it was NBC, ABC, CBS, bitch. That everybody watched that.
Fuck yeah.
So at NBC, they're making a big deal about this Kiss fucking movie that, you know, Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. The shittiest movie of all time. But,
wasn't it made for TV? It wasn't in the theater. Yeah, it was made for TV, right?
It was on NBC. It was going to be Friday night. Friday night, Kiss meets the Phantom. So I'll never forget being at school and people, like, I was talking to my friends, you're going to watch that Kiss movie tonight. And I was like, fuck Kiss. I was like, because of my stepdad, he made it.
Fuck Kiss, man.
Yeah, it's like, fuck that. I like the Beatles. I was trying to be cool in front of my friends. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't going to watch that fucking movie. But, man, it was at 8 o'clock, and at 7:59, me and my brother were fucking wide-eyed in front of the fucking TV at home. We were fucking excited.
Yeah.
It was weird. We were, and I already said I hate them. I don't like them. But I was excited. I never heard them. And, man, I'm 8 years old. That fucking movie blew me the fuck away. Rock and Roll All Night. That song crushed me as an 8-year-old. My aunt, I made my aunt take me to Gemco. We went to the record. I was like fucking, like Cartman and shit, dragging his mom to the toy store. I was like, I got to get this fucking Rock and Roll All Night shit right the fuck now. We went right to the Kiss record, and we pulled out Kiss Alive 1. And my aunt goes, I think this is a concert. And I'm like, is Rock and Roll All Night, party every day on this motherfucker? This rap. I didn't even know what she meant, concert. It was a live album. I didn't know. We took that motherfucker home, put the needle on it, and you hear the audience. Like, what the fuck is this, a football game? And I'm 8 years old. I don't fucking know.
Dude, that's fucking great. Hey, so, Eddie, you started out playing drums, though, right? Was that your first instrument? Yeah. I remember hearing that on your podcast. So, and you were playing like speed metal, like Slayer and Testament and all kinds of shit like that, right?
Yeah. Well, everybody wants to play guitar or sing, and but I was the poorest Mexican in the neighborhood, and my friends already had guitars and shit, and I couldn't sing. So I'm like, fuck. I guess I'll fucking play drums then. Shit.
You know, I started playing drums because my dad was a guitar player, and I was like, no, it's not cool to do what Dad's doing, you know. So that's why I started playing drums. But man, and now you're playing guitar, right? Or you're just doing everything?
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, the only reason I play drums is because no one else would, and I knew how to air drums. I Love It Loud, so I thought I could play drums. You know, I Love It Loud is doom doom tish, doom tish.
Fuck yeah!
Doom, doom, like the most simple fucking drum beat ever. I figured I thought I could play drums. I'm like, I could play drums. I guess I'll fuck. So I got just the shittiest drum set ever. They had pre-tuned heads. It was like a new thing where it's a head with a drum shell already around it, so you snap it to your drum shell. Your drum shell got like clamps. So you snap.
I remember those. What were they called?
Yeah,
they were called. I think they were called just heads. Was the name?
They're called PTS, pre-tuned series by shit. I think. Fuck, I don't know who made them. I think Roland actually made them. To tell you the
really?
truth.
Yeah, I remember some of those in like the mid '90s, early '90s. One of my buddies had one of those kits where it had, you know, these pre-tuned heads you just kind of snapped on there, and the bass drum was just like, it was like 2 inches of shell. You know, it was a really small little bass drum. It was just the kick drum head. I remember those. Though. That was crazy. That fad didn't last long.
Yeah. And then what happened was I decided, you know, fucking I'm playing drums. I got this shitty ass drum kit. I gotta figure out how to play drums. So I took drum lessons from this guy named Brian Johnson, and he single-handedly changed the course of my life as far as music went. Because at that point, once I got the drums, now I'm Mr. Drummer. I love drums. I wanted to play drums all my, you know, this whole time. Like I'm like, you know, trying to pretend like I'm the super, like, I love drums are the best. Drums fucking rule. Without fucking drums, music sucks. You ever notice that every song has fucking drums? You know, it's like, I'm all pro drummer now.
Hey, have you ever noticed every fucking
now.
drummer ever is like that? If it doesn't have fucking loud ass drums, hey, if you want to make it sound better, turn the fucking drums up. Hey, if you want a good record review, just play good drums. Ted will love you.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah. So now I'm all captain drummer now. So I go to my drum teacher's house, and he has an acoustic guitar sitting out.
Nice.
And I was kind of like a little offended. I was like, why are you playing the enemy's instrument? I thought we were brothers. Yeah, fuck guitar. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, how could you do this to me? You know, are you leaving my brotherhood? Are you being tempted by the guitar?
Are you cheating? Are you cheating?
Yes. Are you cheating on us drummers? And he said, no, man. He said, most drummers are at the mercy of the guitar player in the band or the songwriter in the band is usually the guitar player or the singer. Most drummers don't have any power. They're at the mercy. So they have to find the songwriter that's going to write the songs that'll light the world on fire. You know, so it's out of their hands. Because I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be a drummer that writes music and produces music. And then I thought about it for 2 seconds. And I go, okay, that makes sense to me. I don't want to be that. You know, he made it seem like the perception of drummers, they get no respect. And I said, fuck that. What do I got to do? So immediately I started playing guitar and started writing music and started writing lyrics right away. And that changed everything for me. I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want to be a loser. He gave me, like, the secret, you know, don't be like the other drummers. Don't be like them. Study the guitar.
Play the guitar.
Man, when I try playing the guitar, it's just fucking sad though. It sounds like a dying cat. I need to just stick to playing drums.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I can fucking play drums anytime I get back there.
But you can't.
But dude, I'm fucking terrible. Like I mean, it's. I can play guitar okay. I can play bass okay. I can sing okay. I can play piano. Actually.
I can fucking sing in the shower, dude. But that's about
I can't play drum. I couldn't play drums. I couldn't keep a beat to save my life, man. If someone held a gun to my head and said you got to play a perfect 4/4 beat, just boom, boom, I'd fucking die.
Hey, Eddie, what kind of guitar are you playing?
Well, let me tell you what happened when I switched to guitar.
Oh shit.
From that point on, we just started playing fucking like just really, really bad. You know, I'm 14, I'm 15, trying to write Slayer ripoffs and shit. Like a real bad version of Slayer and Metallica, writing satanic songs, bought a satanic Bible. I had to do my research if I'm going to be writing about this shit.
Fuck yeah.
So, and then, you know, the speed metal started getting better. My drumming started getting pretty good. We stopped writing about Satan, started writing about like conspiracy theories and shit, like the end of the world type shit. Always had to have every demo tape had to have a nuclear war song. You got to have at least one nuclear. That's like every metal band has to have a ballad. Well, every speed metal band back then had to have a nuclear war song.
Yes.
And,
Ride the lightning.
The end of the war. Yeah, a bunch of conspiracy theorists that didn't have any idea what they were talking about. They had no facts. It's like, fuck the world. Fuck the world. And then I got sick of that shit after a while. Right when we started getting it together, we got a real vocalist. You know, everybody in the band was professional. We finally matured into semi-real musicians. When that was happening, I was already done playing speed metal in my head. I'm like, fuck this. And I got, this was around 18, 19. I started secretly getting into Depeche Mode and The Cure.
Yes.
And the first 9 Inch Nails Out, Pretty Hate Machine.
Hell
I was
yeah.
getting into that. Then I went back and started getting into Duran Duran. I denied Duran Duran in the early 80s. I would not accept Duran Duran. But then I go back and I'm like, holy shit, Hungry Like a Wolf is a bad motherfucking song. Shit.
Hell yeah, it is. That shit's sexy right there.
Save a Prayer? Come on, man. That's a great fucking song right there.
Duran Duran was bad.
Yeah, Duran Duran was bad, and they had extra terrible fucking videos, which I really love.
Yeah.
That video
And you
from
know what?
Hungry Like the Wolf is like one of the worst productions of all time, right?
Probably.
But it was big back then. Shit, they went to like Brazil and shit. Shot in the Jungle.
That
It was a
shit's
big deal.
That shit's bad.
You
I
know,
love
you
it.
know, what was a game changer for me was when I first heard Tool, the Undertow record with like prison sex, and that's a bad motherfucker right there.
I'll tell you what changed
Yeah.
my shit. I saw fucking Smashing Pumpkins play Cherub Rock on Saturday Night Live when I was like 13. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Who the fuck is Billy
Yeah.
Corgan? This guy is like my, that was when I was like, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And that was it.
During the 80s, during the hair metal, I got really in. As hair metal grew, I got more into like speed metal and thrash and the German scene, like Creator, Sodom, Destruction. I was all into that shit while glam was getting big. But when glam started to die and all that metal scene was dying, I was already moving to. I was already speed metal. I was like not part of the glam scene, although I did appreciate the pussy it got me because girls didn't know if I was Slayer or Trickster. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
didn't know. They
That's
didn't know
fucking
if I was
dope.
Warrant. I could look like a Warrant guy for her. I could be your little Warrant guy, but really I'm into Sodom and shit.
She's my cherry pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I that was all like, girls. I wasn't down with none of that shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was up. But when when I heard Alice in motherfucking Chains, that changed my shit.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Alice in
I was
Chains,
listening
that
to
was
Dirt
it.
today. That's fuck, man. Dirt was a bad record, dude. That changed it.
Yep.
With Rain When I Die, that's a bad fucking track.
Fuck, dude.
Oh,
That's the song I was going to
yeah.
talk
Yeah.
about. God.
Oh,
You know how
God.
many
That
times?
chorus is amazing.
I played Rain When I Die when I DJ'd at strip clubs. I played that at least 1,000 times.
What about
They just love
Perfect Circle? Did you play that in the strip club?
So Hollow, dude, that's one of the greatest songs of all time.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's my favorite song from them, man. I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was in the Marines, man, in San Diego, and I heard that, and I was like, fuck, dude. I thought they were bad with Tool, right?
Dude,
I
they
thought
fucking-
Maynard was bad with Tool.
They fucking blew up with that fucking Judas song though. Blew the fuck up.
Yep. Well, Billy Howard, though, from A Perfect Circle, he's the one who writes all the music and shit. He's
Yep.
a friend of mine. He actually engineered one of my songs not too long ago. That's on my SoundCloud too.
Wow.
Which one,
It's
which
from
one was
a
that?
It's the one from Temple of Mir. That's a girl named Miranda that I produced.
Okay.
I wrote all the music and she sung, but Billy engineered it. And we're working on another song too, another song from the same project, same girl. You know, I did probably like 11 demos with this girl, Miranda. Just demos, never really. The plan was to put an album out, but we fell apart before we got to do that. But I had a bunch of demos. I always knew I was going to go back and finish them. And thank God the vocals that I recorded back then, like 10 years ago, they're still good. Because the song that Billy Howard engineered, we used the original vocals. So all we did is we redid all the music, because I did it on Pro Tools, so moved over the files and just used the only thing that was used. Some old guitar wishes. There were some things that I did that I was married to, and I didn't think I could repeat it. So we kept some stuff, but the majority of it has Billy's fingerprints all over, and we're also working on another one currently right now. But that jiu-jitsu song that you heard, and like the last three things that I released on SoundCloud have been engineered by Danny Lohner, formerly of Nine Inch Nails. I work with him a lot. He's a really good friend of mine, and that's some serious high-level choral belt fucking engineering right there, man.
Wow.
I got some heavy. And Billy from A Perfect Circle, I mean, he's not just a fantastic songwriter. I mean, he's writing some of the, like The Hollow, I think, is one of the greatest songs of all fucking time.
Oh, I agree with that.
Pat, the song Pat, oh shit, come on.
Dude,
Come on.
Billy's
You know,
a
and-
bad
and-
motherfucker, man.
Yeah, and I'm working with that motherfucker. It's blowing my brain. It's blowing me away.
Oh,
I'm like,
fuck yeah.
holy shit, how the fuck is that?
I can't even imagine, dude. That would be like a dream fantasy for me, dude. That guy, I'm such a big fan. I've seen them like 4 times. And every time, man, that dude blows my mind, dude. I'm a big fan. He's a really great guitar player.
Like when you're working with somebody like that, is it hard for you to get on that level, like musically?
What do you mean?
Like, cause that dude's fucking, he's raw, man. Like he's been doing shit with a lot of big bands for a long time, and like where you're at, like with him, like do you have like musical problems with him, like where you don't mesh, or you guys are just cool like that and you guys mesh perfectly?
Man, we mesh perfectly. I think a lot has to do with the fact that I'm paying for it. You know what I mean? I'm paying for their time. I mean, nobody's gonna put that much time in. We put a lot of motherfucking hours into this shit. Mm-hmm. Like the song me and Billy did, a lot of work, man, a lot of work. And no one does that for free. I give them some money. So it helps when I'm paying for it. My expertise, what I personally think, in my opinion, is my strong suit. What I bring to the table musically. I mean, it's definitely not shreddership. I'm not bringing. I play every instrument, but in no way, shape, or form am I a shredder at anything. You know what I mean? I don't shred on. I'm not like this badass guitar player at all. Been playing guitar my whole life. I'm not a shredder at all. Yeah. I basically know enough musically where I can put together the songs by myself. So I'm not a shredder. I'm not this like amazing vocalist or anything like that. I'm not this crazy engineer who's fucking amazing with EQing and always on top of the latest programs and shit. That's not me either. Damn, what the fuck do I think what I do and what I enjoy doing and is directing and producing. That's what I do.
It's because you're a jack of all trades, man. You play so many instruments and you've been around so many different styles of music. Obviously, that's going to be your strong suit. That's awesome. I mean, how do you approach? Do you have a certain type of artist that you prefer to produce?
Like I said, I've been trying to. When I first heard "Bring the Noise" by Public Enemy, that was like 1987 or something like that. That was Anthrax and Public Enemy going at it, and Public Enemy had sampled "Angel of Death," like that middle riff on "Angel of Death," and they did a song with Planet Zero or something. So when I heard "Bring the Noise," I'm like, fuck. I was burnt out with speed metal. That's at the end of my speed metal days, and I thought, fuck, man, we need a whole band like this. A whole band. Because I didn't really like rap music because it all came from funk and blues and jazz, and that's not in my blood. My blood was always been metal, alternative, gothic, industrial, you know what I mean? Not bluesy. Yeah, so, right. Or not, you know what I mean? So I liked the rapping part of rap. I thought rapping was amazing. I just didn't like the music it was on. So I wanted to create rap that I would like. And I've been doing that since 1991. And it all came from Anthrax's Bring the Noise.
Absolutely.
That's what did it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So tell me, what's next for you, man? What's going on right now? What are you doing? What are you working on right now?
I'm working on 15 years ago, I was putting together this project. It was a rap project, and I just wanted to put a whole album together of rap music that was not sampled from James Brown or George Clinton or obscure whatever from the 50s or 60s. I wanted to sample shit that I liked. So I wanted to I was putting together an album on my Trinity. It's like a Trinity workstation. And I didn't even have a sampler, so I just basically remixed and took pieces of my favorite songs, regardless if the world knew about them or not, and wanted to turn them into hip hop. Nice. And there was a bunch of them. Depeche Mode's "Walking in My Shoes," Marilyn Manson, "A Great Big White World," David Bowie, "Ashes to Ashes," a Bjork hyper ballad. Just so many. Dead Can Dance, Mesmerize, 9 Inch Nails, Terrible Lie. All these songs, I took little pieces and I remixed them and put some big, giant hip hop beats behind them. And and I never finished that album. It was an album filled with you could say samples that were all from other songs, you know. So I just put that on the back burner, didn't release it. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bust through with the original music, and then I'll come back with all these remixes and samples later. Let me try to bust in the music industry with original. So I put it on the back burner 15 years ago, just in the back burner. And so since David Bowie just died, and Danny Lohner was friends with David Bowie, and I thought, man, this might be the time to finish Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. So that's what we're working on right now, a Smoke Serpent version, my hip-hop band version of Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. We're right in the middle of that right now.
Wow, dude. That sounds super cool. I'll be looking forward to hearing that for sure.
Yeah, it's heavy as fuck. We made it.
Awesome.
We decided to go real heavy with this one.
Cool. I mean, you know what? That sounds like a different direction to take it. I like original thought, you know? What's your favorite piece of gear, man?
And like I said, I'm a music producer first. Gear, I don't even, nowadays, all I do is direct. I come up with an idea, I present the idea or demos to, you know, a lot of the stuff I'm doing with Danny, I do them on my own with another engineer I work with, a guy named Fredo Arresto. I work with him, and we put together demos. Because I'm not a fucking good engineer. I just put together songs, but I'm not a master engineer. Like, I'm nowhere near Loner level or Billy Howard level. They'll put together shit that fucking just sounds epic and awesome. All I do is just bring them a song and say, let's redo this with your production. You know what I mean? Let's make this sound. And I direct, and you know, like I said, it's easy. It's easy to work with someone when you're total collaboration from step zero. Then that's where problems arise. Like who's shooting down ideas and shit like that. It gets sticky, and then people can get offended and shit. I got so many goddamn songs that I got to finish that I make demos of that I don't want to release because I engineered them. I got like 30 in the back burner. I got all these demos, just one by one, with Danny, another one Billy, another one Danny. That's what I've been doing the last year. So, and that's pretty much how I work. You know, I direct, I produce, but I never really touch any gear. You know, I'll pick up a guitar and I'll play guitar and I'll play synth on like a virus, but you know, it's not my gear.
That's right.
I have a Gibson Flying V. I have a Jackson Randy Rhoads style. I have a 7-string Ibanez that I never play. You know, I got a Trinity workstation. I got an M3 synthesizer that was the shit when it came out. I never use it. You know, now all I do is just produce and direct. I love it. I don't have to learn anything. You know, I don't have to stay on top of any shit.
That's awesome, though. I mean, to be able to sit back and realize that, you know, hey, I've got a talent in producing and just help other artists.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And you know what? Smoke Serpent though is a band that I also produce, but I'm actually in that one. You know, I play guitar and come in with some vocals every now and then. But I am actually in one. And actually, Temple of Mir, I'm actually in that band too. So I'm producing, but I'm actually in the band, some of them too. Not all of them.
Still nice to be able to get up there and play.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the fucking place.
Well, it's still nice to get up there and play and rock out, right? And have play in front of the crowd.
Yeah. I love playing in front of the crowd. You know? Nice. I love it. I enjoy it. I want to still do that, but I also like to produce other acts and just mix it all up. Just make good music. I just want to whether it's an original, it's a cover, remix, whatever it is, I just want to make my version of it and just try to make it as cool as possible. That's all.
Excellent. So tell me, who's the artist that you really want to work with? If you could just pick an artist and be like, yeah, I want to work with you. Let's do a track.
you know what? I would love to do a whole album, with Jeezy. I love that dude's voice. Jeezy or DMX. If they came to me and said, "Hey, we want you to come up with the music, and let me rap on your shit," I would just get together with Danny and start making music and fucking loving it, man. I love that rough, raspy, Jeezy type DMX voice. And
you know what, Eddie? That Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. That's one of my favorite records all time, man.
Yeah, man. I think the music that I produce would go good with their voices, and you're still hearing a lot of it. Like nowadays, I think they call it trap music now, but trap music to me just sounds like Depeche Mode or early Nine Inch Nails, but with a hip hop beat and like typewriter snares or typewriter hi hat. The typewriter type hi hats that they all use.
Yeah.
But musically, that shit. That's like new wave shit. That's not. But they call it trap. That's what I've been doing this whole time. Like, oh shit, my style's in now. That's what I've been doing. But I add guitar too. It's a little different. There's not too much trap, and I like the drums to be. Lately, they've been a lot more. A lot more feel to them.
Yeah.
Instead, we're putting a lot more into the drums as I get older.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations on the EBI going to like Fight Pass. That's pretty big, right?
Yeah, man, it's fucking insane. It's woo. It's just so far so good, man. So far so good.
Yeah, that's blown up. That's we're super stoked to see that, man.
Yeah, so am I. I can't believe it, man. We partnered up with the UFC. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, that's a blessing, dude. Listening to you and Rogan, it actually got me into jiu-jitsu a few years ago, and I train with Matt Baker up here in Bakersfield.
Nice. Matt's an old friend of mine. He got his black belt from the same guy I got my black belt from, Jean-Jacques Machado. We went to Brazil together in 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Did he tell you
remember.
about?
I seen a picture.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
How was
man.
Brazil? I've never
was
been
that?
there.
Brazil's awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys just go? So when you say we went to Brazil, you guys just went over there to train?
So there was a World Championships of Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
Went to go compete. Yeah, it was me, him, and Todd White.
Wow.
Todd White, a famous painter now.
So you guys got your black belts at the same time?
I don't know if at the same time. I think I may have got my black belt before Matt Baker. I think. I'm not sure. I know I got mine in May of 2003.
That's nice.
Man.
I don't know. Ask Matt.
What's funny is I remember, that big fight between you and Hoyler, right? The Metamoris. And I just started doing jiu-jitsu maybe 6 months before that. You're just super pumped. And, when I seen you do the lockdown, dude, and that Plan B sweep, that electric chair, man, that changed everything. We went into the gym and we were just locking people down all day. It was so much fun, It was like seeing that first Matrix move, when you're new into jiu-jitsu. That was my Matrix move.
Did you do electric chairs now when you're rolling?
Oh yeah, that's like a mainstay. That lockdown electric chair part of my game. That's what I play. I play primarily a half guard game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, Luke, is that Luke?
Yeah.
I hear. How many guys am I talking to? 2 or 3?
No, you got 3. You got Leisure Suit, you got me, Ted Williams, and you got Lucas Caraccioli.
And I can't tell who's who half the time when they're talking.
Yeah,
But,
Leisure Suit is the more deeper voice.
Fuck.
Luke, when you were in Edema, did Chris ever try to get you into jiu-jitsu? Because he's always been into jiu-jitsu.
You know, man, Chris did. I went to jiu-jitsu with Chris several times. I've rolled. I've rolled. I roll with Matt Baker. I haven't been as consistent as I need to be, and I'm diming myself out right now. But yeah, I've rolled plenty of times. I love it, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan, dude.
You never been to a school regularly, or it's just been like every now and then you would pop in.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never been super consistent. Yeah.
About how many times do you think you've gone to jiu-jitsu?
I don't know. What do you think, Ted? 30?
Yeah, probably about 30 classes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I've got a super crazy schedule, so I try to go, but I'm also lazy. I'm not gonna lie.
What happened with Edema? Why did that not work out?
Well, we had some differences on some things, and we didn't agree. I kind of had a falling out with Chris at that time, and
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean, we're all good.
What did you guys not agree on?
Well, I think it was mainly just a communication issue. I don't really feel like at the time that I was in the loop on everything that was going on, and there was some miscommunication, and we were also struggling, financially, man. We were in the same boat that you guys were. I was having kids come up to me every single night with burned CDs, man, and we were burning $30,000 a month out on the road. It was just, we were trying to stay out on the road, and we were trying to pay our bills, and it was just tough. It was a tough time right there. That was right when the whole shit fell out of the bottom, was right about the time we were on tour.
So you did one tour with them, and then at the end of that one tour, it just fell apart?
Oh, no. I did several tours with them. We toured for almost a year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we were on the road, man.
How long was it really good for? Like the first couple months you were having fun, or right away it was like, damn, this is hard shit?
No, you know what, man? I think that we were having fun most of the time. I think that really where it started to get bad was, let me just tell you right now, there are some ruthless motherfuckers in the world, and there were some guys that were trying to take a lot of money from Edema. They had 2 over $10 million lawsuits that were in litigation, and one of them was for somebody saying they wrote something that they didn't even they weren't even a part of. They played drums on a fucking demo and said they wrote the song and sued them for $30 million. So I mean, those guys had that pressure on them, and there was a lot of that going on from their past, and I wasn't really involved in that, and it created some animosity. You know what I mean? We were all broke, dude. We were in a van. We were on tour for almost a year in a van, and we had no staff, no road crew. It was just us. We were loading out, loading in, sound checking, doing the merch ourselves, doing it ourselves, man, for almost a fucking year, and it got to us.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But I'll say this for the record, man. Those guys are top-notch musicians, every single one of them. They're professionals. We played, I don't even know how many shows we played, but well over 100 shows, And I can tell you right now, I can count on one hand how many times any of them ever fucked up in a show. They were fucking phenomenal musicians and great songwriters, and I valued my time I played with them. Edema, those guys were pros, man.
Dude, they have some great shit, man. There's some great shit. Like, I was always a big fan of Blame Me. I fucking love that goddamn song. That Enter the Cage song was good, too. That's a really good song. Was it called Enter the Cage?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we wrote that. That song actually made it to the UFC on one of the events one night. I was so blown away. Yeah. I was watching UFC, and I heard my song on. I was like, whoa, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some good shit, man. I wasn't a fan of Edema just because of Chris. I don't roll like that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pretend I like a band just because I know a musician in the band at all. I'm never going to pretend. I never pretended with but they got some good shit. They got 4 or 5 just brilliant all-time songs, and most bands don't even have one. You know?
Right. That's true. You know, it's easy to, when you're out on tour, you really start to get an appreciation for how many artists are out there that really want it. They're hungry, they're trying, they're writing songs, and some of them are fucking really good, and they never even get a shot, man. There is so much talent in the world.
Yeah. Crazy shit, man. So what happened after you? What happened then? Did you continue in the music business, or did you say, fuck that, I don't want any of that no more?
No, you know what? I did continue. I came back, and I was in a band called Rewind Yesterday, and we moved down to L.A. altogether, and, I mean, we played mega big shows, and we were being courted by Atlantic, you know, and it just fell through, like, right there at the last second. I mean, our band just fucking imploded. We were so fucking broke, and we were the house band at the Rainbow. We played.
Really?
Yeah, man. We played. I was playing at the. This is a fucked up story. We're the house band at the Rainbow. We were getting really fucked up one night, and there's this fucking chick is yelling and screaming for the band, as we're playing the songs. And I look over, and we finally realize it's fucking China, the WWF wrestler, man. I'm not even fucking around. So this chick, she's fucking front row at Leonard Skinner drunk, dude. She's fucked up out of her mind. My friend Shane from Alabama's out visiting me. Next thing I know, he's making out with the bitch on the bar in the upstairs of the Rainbow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, making out, full on, getting it on. Then he goes he goes as far as he's got his fucking hand up her skirt on the bar.
Shit.
Yeah, we nearly got thrown out of the fucking Rainbow that night. That's my Rainbow story. But yeah, we struggled, man. We struggled for 3 years down there in LA, doing the Hollywood scene, showcasing the band, playing the Whiskey, playing the Roxy, playing the Viper. We played every fucking venue down there you could think of. And we packed houses, and, we got courted a couple of times, and it just fell through. It really fell through for us, and then we kind of got washed up, and I moved on. And I joined a metal band. And
what were they called?
We were called, well, their original name was Akshara, but we ended up changing the name to At Dagger's Draw. And we were actually, I liked, it was a different style of music, man. It was the heaviest band I was ever in. Sort of like Avenged Sevenfold-ish.
It was cool. I heard it. It was cool. I was
demos.
Right.
But yeah, man.
Nice.
I mean, we were in rehearsal space in North Hollywood, and right next door to us, the band The Chelsea Smiles, who was on Capitol Records, was right next door to us. And I had toured with The Chelsea Smiles when I was in Edema, and I made friends with Todd Youth, Todd Youth is a legend. For those of you who don't know who he is, Google him. He's a fucking legend in the New York underground scene. And I stayed friends with him throughout the years, and Johnny Martin, the bass player in the Chelsea Smiles, and I were friends as well. So anyway, they ended up getting the Capitol guys in there, and some of the Smashing Pumpkins producer guys in there. And we actually had a guy that helped produce some of the Nikki Sixx solo record stuff come in and look at it.
6 a.m.
Yeah. And this dude was strung out, though. He was fucked up when he came in. I was like, I can't work with heroin. I'm sorry. But so this guy, I kicked him the fuck out. But anyway, the whole, that was another thing where we got courted for about 6 months, and we ended up nothing panned out of that shit. So I said, you know what? I got to get a real job at some point, man. And so I got a real job, and I've moved on.
So no more bands right now? Are you taking a break?
Well, I took a break, and now we're doing something a little bit different, man. I'm actually writing some country songs, believe it or not.
Nice.
Right in front, there's one that's leaving right now.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to, I've really been trying my hand at this, and it's been a challenge for me as a writer, because I just don't, I never was a writer that wrote anything but rock music, and predominantly worked with other songwriters for the last 10, 15 years. So now I'm doing a lot of the guitar playing myself, writing all the songs and the lyrics myself, and with one other guy, I've got another guitar player I'm working with. His name's Brian, and then Ted's playing drums with me. And really, man, it's going pretty good so far. We got about 15 different guitar riffs and one song, or about 2 songs that are almost done.
Nice.
Yeah. Just having fun.
One of these days, a back burner project of mine has always been to take, country fans don't give a fuck who's in the liner notes. They don't care who wrote the song or produced the song. Country fans just want a good song.
That's right.
They don't care. They don't care if it's a cover. They don't care who wrote it. They don't care that their country singing idol doesn't write any of the lyrics. They can care fucking less.
That's right.
So I got a project that I want to end up doing where it's all these metal ballads, like my favorite all-time metal ballads that I can see can work as country songs. I mean, like for instance, Cinderella's "Heartbreak Station." That shit could be if name one big what's the fucking name? Shit! Oh my God! What is the biggest country singer of all time? What's his name?
Oh, of all time, Hank Williams.
More modern.
Okay.
Garth Brooks?
Yeah, Garth Brooks, probably.
Garth Brooks. If Garth Brooks covered "Heartbreak Station," it'd be so. Or "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone." Or if what's that? Tiffany Swift? Is she country?
Oh, Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's kind of.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. If Taylor Swift did "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone," that would be so fucking huge.
Hell yeah.
Those little country fans ain't gonna know where it came from. They would love it. I got about there's like 15 songs that I would pick, and I've always had that like as a back burner, producing a country song, a country album. A country album that consists of metal covers.
Man, that's an awesome project right there. That's awesome.
Or the worst idea ever.
Depending, right? I mean,
could be a good idea. Could be a great idea.
You have to try it, man, and that's what good producers do, right? Mm-hmm. Try new shit.
Yeah. There's some Wasp ballads that would make great country songs.
Yes,
damn.
Wasp. What was the guitar player's name? The lead guitar player for Wasp.
Fuck.
Holmes. Something Holmes.
That dude was a savage though.
Dude, I'll tell you what song I think would be a good fucking country song is "Mama, I'm Coming Home." That Ozzy song.
That'd be
exactly.
That'd be a fucking badass country song, man.
Exactly. You should start doing a bunch of fucking metal covers, dude, and just playing around. Shit that you know that it's good. You already know it's good. Yeah. I can give you a list of fucking 12 of them. If the songs are good, all you got to do is put on a fucking cowboy hat, sit on a chair,
sang that
and you
shit.
Fucking start, put a little twang in your voice, and then boom. The songs are guaranteed. You don't know what you got till it's gone. In a country, you get some slide guitar in there and shit.
There you
don't know what you got until it's gone.
Fuck yeah.
Don't know what it is. I did so. It's a guaranteed hit.
See? It's a hit, dude. That is a hit, for sure.
Guaranteed. Country fans don't care if it's a cover.
Dude, me and Ted went to a Florida Georgia Line concert, dude. You want to talk about two motherfuckers way out of your league right there, dude. It was all fucking couples. It was all couples and fucking bitches, dude. And then you got two fucking chubby white dudes standing next to each other. Fuck.
Hey, Luke. There's a song by Wasp. It's on an album. It's Blackie Lawless, the main guy in Wasp. He never stopped, but every 2 years out, like super independent label, but he never stopped, ever. Dude, Wasp has 1 million albums. They never stopped. Blackie Lawless never stopped. And in 2000, I think maybe 1995, he put out an album called Still Not Black Enough, and it's got a song called I Can't. Make that motherfucker into it's already almost country. It's like just waiting. It's an incredible song. It's incredible. No one has ever even heard of it, but it's so good. I Can't. And you know what? I can't keep talking. I got to go teach class now. You've had me for an hour. And I've enjoyed every second. This was one of the funnest podcasts ever. It's all music. I love it.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Thank you so much for coming on, man. It was an honor to have you on.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And Luke, go to my SoundCloud and listen to the second one. It's a Queensryche song that I flipped into a gangster rap song called "Take My Spot." I think you'll enjoy it.
I will, man. I'll link back up with you after that.
Okay, cool, man. Get my contact info.
I will.
Come on down and roll. Just come down and do some jiu-jitsu at downtown LA one of these days.
You got it, man. Thanks for being on.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
All right,
See ya.
Thanks, Eddie. Yo, that was dope having Eddie on the podcast, man. That was seriously really cool, man, to have somebody that I respect that much on our podcast, man. I was pumped.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was really cool that we chose to talk about his music. I'm sure that guy is, talking about jiu-jitsu all the time. But, when you're that good at jiu-jitsu, it's probably it probably overshadows everything else a little bit. But you know what? I can't wait to listen to the other music that he's doing. And, man, he invited me to go roll there.
That's dope, man.
Dude, I can't believe that, man.
Yeah.
I'm super pumped about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I respect the shit out of Eddie, man, and he's such a nice guy. For him to come on the show, that was just that's cool, and just rap music with him for a little while, So thanks, Eddie Bravo. We're all your fan, and we appreciate you being on our show, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, hey, let's call it a night, man. It was great. This was a Thursday night edition, kind of out of the norm for us. We made it happen for Eddie, man. It was super cool to have him on.
But before you do that, I mean, are you really not going to talk about the name change?
I was just trying to cruise through this thing, man. So all right, if we're gonna
these
talk about
motherfuckers,
this,
let me tell these motherfuckers.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead and talk about it.
All right. These motherfuckers want to change the name because it's politically correct. And I mean, I get that. I just, you know me, I give zero fucks about being politically correct.
No, I don't give a shit either, but
I want Fruit of the Loom sponsorship because I want some free undies.
Yeah.
More like me undies.
Me undies.
That'd be tight,
cool.
right? So the thing is we enjoy doing this podcast. This is cool.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
sorry. I'm
for us to, go forward and have a name that can be posted up as like, hey, check out this podcast. They can't put Tres Putos, Like when we started the podcast, it was for fun. Now, hey, man, dude, we're having a lot of fun. Let's keep going. Let's talk to people that we normally wouldn't talk to. And it's just, it's dope, man. So in order to do that, we had to move past that name.
Yeah. So the name is officially
The Beat Lab.
That's right.
I like that. It really represents a lot of different things, but it definitely represents the attitude that we have about the show. And I feel like we've done a few of them now, and we kind of feel like we know where we're at. We're about talking about grassroots music, gear, talking to our guests about what kind of music influences them. Music is the universal language.
That's right.
Everybody loves music.
I will say
some kind of music.
I know that the way the show goes is if we get a guest, we're gonna go with the guest. Okay, but I still want to talk country. I've been doing my homework, and I want to talk country now.
You want to talk country now?
Because I've been doing my damn homework, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, nah. Leisure Suit knows everything.
All right. So next show is country.
Next show, country.
Next
the
show we
fuck
rap
out.
about country. All right, so we've
might
talked
wear some
about we've
boots.
talked about the name change. You're gonna wear some fucking boots.
One boot.
One boot.
One boot.
I'm gonna start calling you one boot.
One boot.
So
One boot, leisure suit.
all right, from the era that we talked about tonight, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to do a top 5, a top 3, or just one? We got to do something before we go.
Top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3. I like 3.
5's too much.
All right.
Top 3.
Who's going
for,
first? I'm not going first.
What years? What year span?
Let's go 1980.
I want to go last this time.
All right, you're gonna go last this time. 1987 through 2005.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Metallica and Tool and Dave Matthews Band.
That's hot. Damn. All right. I'm not in no particular order.
Damn.
In no particular order here. A Perfect Circle. Dave Matthews Band.
Yes.
For sure. Man, and I have to say, oh man, it's such a hard one. I'm gonna go with Smashing Pumpkins.
Nice.
Smashing Pumpkins, man. That band was a heavy influence in my life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Leisure.
I'm going to go with Korn,
Nice.
Nirvana,
Wow.
and Sublime.
Nice. Good.
Definitely Nirvana would have been in my top 5.
Korn would have been in my top 5. Right there, Metallica, Tool, Korn,
You know,
Dave Matthews.
I just don't know too much about Dave Matthews, so I couldn't put him there.
You want me to tell you, anybody out there listening, and that includes you, Leisure, to what I'm saying, the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Okay.
It only takes one thing to convince you what Dave Matthews can do for your mental status and your eargasms.
Wow.
And that is just go see him live. You go see one Dave Matthews concert live, you will be a lifelong fan. They're
Incredible.
They're just the most incredible, because it's just, they've got horns, they've got strings, they've got guitar, bass, vocals, drums, but they've got everything, man.
Okay, so when you say this, okay, because I'm taking this from you, and I believe in anything you say about music, I'm down. But this means it's official right now. Next time Dave Matthews comes anywhere near, we're all going.
Oh, I go every year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I go to
saying
at least 2 shows every year.
When you call them out and you say that they're the baddest, one of the baddest bands live, then
I put them side by side with Tool as far as like the best shows I've ever seen.
I mean, dude,
and you can't stop talking about Tool, dude.
Tool's
Fuck.
my favorite.
yeah, he has said Tool a lot.
Yeah,
Tools. I'm on a big Tool kick.
I mean,
right
dude,
now.
I've seen Fleetwood
time.
Mac twice. All right, they're
I love
they're
Fleetwood
bad.
Mac, dude.
God, dude,
I
they are
fucking
so
love
good.
Motley Crue.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
I've seen Motley Crue twice.
I've seen them twice.
I've seen the Eagles once. I've seen
You know, I've
seen
never seen a
Tool
big
4
band.
times. I've seen A Perfect Circle 3 times. I don't know, man. Dave Matthews, definitely top 5 all-time live bands. Probably for me, top 2 all-time live bands.
Live bands?
Yeah.
So good.
Maybe the best. I mean, if I can't really think right now of a band. I mean, the Eagles, that was just fucking. Oh my
The Eagles are fucking
yeah,
great.
the Eagles. I mean, that was probably the best concert I ever saw. It was the Eagles, and so I just say Dave Matthews. Anyway, we're wrapping the show up, and I'm sitting here rambling on. I'm so
Hey, you
sorry.
can do it forever, though.
We could.
Dude,
We can. do
this was a
shit
good
forever.
show. That was a lot of fun, man.
That was a good show. I want to go celebrate with you guys.
Yeah,
let's
that was cool.
let's all celebrate, man. So let's get out of here.
All right, man.
Hey, thanks for hanging with us in the Beat Lab.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.